Hi everyone, I'm Lauren and welcome back to my channel. This is Lighter and Lavender, where we talk about all things books, my own writing journey, and today I'm going for my TBR for the MedievalAthon. The MedievalAthon is a readathon that lasts from January 10th until February 10th, and I am going for 7 books in this time period, which is maybe a little bit ambitious. The idea of the readathon is that you can progress from a prisoner all the way up to the rank of Empress via nobility, and you can also choose a profession. I have gone for bard because music and writing, so it just sounds up my street. The first book that I've chosen as part of my bard profession is The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. This prompt is to read a book with a great first line. I struggled to find a book for this, and then I opened this book and the first line was, "Take your clothes off." I'm hooked, I want to know more, I think that's wonderful, so I think this fell really nicely. I'm also doing a reading vlog for this as it was asked for in a Twitter poll in December, so you can look out for that as well. So I kind of wanted to include this somewhere along the way, but I think it was great that it managed to fit that prompt as well. The next book that I chose was Fable by Adrian Young, and that is to fit the prompt, a book with a travel element. I know that this takes place on a ship on the sea, and I covered it nicely. I did want to read this in December, but I didn't get the chance to, despite the fact that I managed to read 12 books. This one somehow managed to miss that. So I am looking forward to getting through this as part of this readathon. The third book I went for was Catwoman Soul Stealer by Sarah J Maas, and this fulfills the prompt, choose a book with a title that has a character's name. And yes, Catwoman does count because that is the character's name. It might be an alter ego, but it still counts. I need to read this and give it back to my library, so I thought it was a great way to get this included as well as from my January TBR. The fourth book I chose was The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. This fulfills the prompt, read a book with over 400 pages, and I think coming in at just under 1200 pages, it definitely fills that criteria. I am hoping to be able to get through this in time. I think I'm going to have to start reading this and read it at the same time as other books just to make sure I can get through it, because this is a chunky book and I am back at work in January and February, so I won't have as much time to read. Oh, it's going to be a long one. It is going to be a long one. The fifth book that I've chosen is Master of One by Jada Jones and Danny Bennett, and this is to fulfill the final prompt within the bard profession, which is to read a book with more than one author. There's 2! I think this is the only book that I've got that's got multiple authors, unless you count anthologies, but I'm not sure if they count or not. But I did get this from my Fairy Loot box. I think this deals with magic and fae creatures. I can't really remember, but I know that it sounded interesting, and it's a great way to start getting through some of my Fairy Loot books. The sixth book that I chose is The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. This doesn't fulfill any prompts, this is just to move me from princess to queen. I did want to read this as part of the reading rush back in July, I think it was, and I never got around to it. I have wanted to read The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings books for a while, and this was a great way to include that into my TBR. The seventh and final book that I picked up was The Power of Privilege, How White People Can Challenge Racism by June Saw Pong. This is quite a short book, so I was hoping that after all the other chunky books that I've chosen for this TBR, that this would be a nice quick read. I'm going to be annotating this and putting my thoughts down for it because I think this will be a really good book to read as part of the anti-racism learning and awareness that I've been doing for myself, and I thought it would be a really good way to learn how to challenge other people, because sometimes it can be difficult. It's easy enough to call out certain people, but then sometimes, I don't know, it can feel awkward to try and challenge someone, especially depending on their authority level. So I'm really hoping that this will help me to help the world, as cheesy as that sounds. I just want to be able to have the confidence to challenge things that I'm seeing, and also to make sure that I'm not complying with anything as well. So that was my really quick TBR for the MedievalAthon. I am really excited, but I am not sure if I can do it. If I can get 5 books done, I'll be happy. So the last 2 are more of a like to have because I'm fine being a princess. I'll get myself a little tiara and I'll enjoy myself. But let me know if you are doing the MedievalAthon and which books you have chosen and which profession you've chosen. If you've liked this video, don't forget to give it a like, and if you want to see more of my videos, don't forget to hit subscribe. There is a new video out every single week. I hope you're all well and you're all staying safe, and until next time, bye!